This is a book. This is another book. And another. What if I told you that right now as I'm speaking, 274 new books are being published? That's roughly one every 20 seconds. So here's the question. Could you read every book ever published? Every novel, every children's book, every cookbook, every technical manual ever bound and published? Well, let's find out. First, we need to know what we are dealing with. How many books are there? Well, in 2010, Google did something remarkable. They attempted to count every book ever published in human history. Their conclusion? Just under 130 million unique books. That's roughly 18 books for every person currently living in New York City. But here's where it gets crazy. That number is from 2010 and it's growing fast. According to UNESCO, about 2.2 million books are published every year. That's over 6,000 books per day. While you've been watching this video, dozens of new books have entered the world. But wait, there's more. If you include self-published books, that number jumps to nearly 4 million titles annually. Okay, well, how fast can humans actually read? Well, researchers have studied this quite extensively. The average adults read about 238 words per minute. That's based on analysis of over 190 different studies involving over 14,000 people. College students are a bit faster, about 300 words per minute. Speed readers push this a little bit far, going to up to about 400 to 500 words while still maintaining comprehension. And then there are the extremes. Bill Gates reportedly reads at 750 words per minute. Some competitive speed readers claim a rate of over 1,000 words per minute. While this rate, comprehension drops significantly. But let's be generous and say you're reading at about 300 words per minute. College level. The average book contains about 70,000 to 80,000 words. At 300 words per minute, it will take you about 4 to 4.5 hours to complete a book. Let's say you're superhuman. You read 8 hours a day, every single day, with no breaks, no vacations, no sleep during those 8 hours. You could finish about 2 books per day. That's 730 books per year. To read those 130 million existing books will take you about 178,000 years. But remember, books are still being published. At 2.2 million per year, you will fall behind by about 1.5 million books annually. You're not just failing to catch up, you're feeling further behind every single day. What if you cheat? What if you use photo reading or speed reading techniques or just skimming through? Some people claim they could read about 10,000 words per minute. At that speed, you could theoretically finish a book in about 8 minutes. Sounds amazing, right? Well, here's the problem. Studies shows that when reading speed exceeds 400 to 500 words per minute, comprehension drops significantly. You're not just reading at that point, you're recognizing words and getting the gist. At 10,000 words per minute, you're essentially just flipping through pages. You might know what the book is about, but you have not really read it in any meaningful sense. Even if you accepted this as reading and you could complete a book in 8 minutes, working 12 hours a day, you could finish about 90 books per day or 32,000 per year. At that rate, you still need about 4,000 years for the existing books and you'll still be falling behind new publications. Here's where the challenge becomes even more impossible. By living through an explosion in publishing, self-publishing platforms like Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing has made it easy for anyone to instantly publish a book. In the past, publishing was limited by physical constraints, printing presses, paper, distribution networks. Those barriers have largely disappeared today. Today, anyone with a computer can write and publish a book in a matter of hours. This means the rate of book publishing is accelerating, went from thousands of new books per year in the 1400s to hundreds of thousands in the 1900s to millions today, and the curve is getting steeper. Let's approach this from another angle. How much time do you actually have? The average human lifespan is about 72 years globally. If you started reading at age 5 and read until the day you died, that's about 67 years of potential reading time. If you read for 2 hours every single day for 67 years at college level speed, you could read about 16,400 books in your lifetime. 16,400 books out of 130 million existing books. That's 0.0126% of all books ever written. You will have better chance of being struck by lightning twice in the same day than reading even 1% of all the books ever published. But here's an interesting twist. Would you want to read every book ever written? Many books are duplicates or near duplicates of each other. There are thousands of cookbooks with nearly identical recipes, millions of romance novels with virtually the same plots, countless technical manuals that become obsolete over the years. Also books in languages you don't speak, about subjects you're not interested in, and on viewpoints that you fundamentally disagree with. The 18th century writer Samuel Johnson once said, "A man would turn over half a library to make one." He understood something profound. The value isn't in consuming everything, it's in finding the right things to consume. So we've established that you cannot read every book ever published. It's mathematically impossible, and it's becoming more impossible every day. Maybe you're asking the wrong question. Instead of, could you read every book ever written? Maybe you should ask, which books should you read? Studies suggest that reading just 20 minutes a day can expose you to about 1.8 million new words per year. That's about 20 to 25 books per year, or about 1,500 books in a lifetime if you read consistently. So, could you read every book ever published? No, absolutely not. Not even close. But here's the beautiful thing about that impossibility. It means every book you choose to read is special. Out of the 130 million books that exist, and the millions more being written, every book you pick represents a unique path through human knowledge and creativity. You will never read everything, but the books you read will shape how you think, what you believe, and who you become. And maybe that's even better. So, what book are you going to read next?